The people of Israel needed a God they could see. Later on, they will ask for a king they could see. People have eyes and are pretty dependent on those eyes. But God challenged them, and he challenges us in this day and age, not to be people of what we see, but people of what we hear. In the Greek and Roman society, they became very enamored with what they could see, and they built statues and gods. And if you go to Greece to this day, all you see are the ruins of what they built because they wanted to worship what they could see. But from the beginning, from the first man and woman, God wanted a relationship with people who would hear his voice, who would walk by faith and not by sight. Faith comes by hearing, not by what we see. It's by what we hear. And so we hear a lot of things, but God's challenge to us is to hear his voice. And he won't bang us over the head with his voice. He won't write it in the sky for us to see. His voice is a still, small voice. And you can only hear it if you have tuned to it. In the same way you parents have tuned your ears to your own child's cry and your own child's footstep and your own child's whisper, that is the exact same device we use to know the voice of our shepherd. But the nation of Israel here, they've not followed God long enough to really know his voice. They know Moses' voice. But now Moses is away at a conference. And in the absence of a voice and the absence of an idol, they create something to fill the void. I want you to hear this morning. There is a generation right now filling a void. And we want them to hear God's voice. But God is saying, why would you expect them to hear God's voice? My question is, do you hear God's voice?